So, what video games have you been playing lately?
Far Cry Primal's been my main focus.
Okay.
I've been enjoying that game quite a lot because I usually don't like Far Cry games. They all play the same,
And
to me at
I've
least.
seen you've been playing the Minecraft and the Roblox lately.
Like
How's that going?
Minecraft and Roblox.
Yes, I have seen you've been playing the Minecraft and Roblox lately. So, how's that going for you?
I, I don't like it.
You
Terrible.
don't like Roblox?
No, I don't. Oof.
You don't like high quality meme games, then?
That game's terrible. Like, I don't know why people find Roblox enjoying.
I think you're playing the wrong games then, because yes, the very like novice made games in Roblox are bad, but there's a lot of creative games that people make in Roblox that are pretty good.
Like what?
I don't know, there's a third-person shooter game in it where you gotta capture the flag. That's pretty fun. Where you can like control tanks and jets and shoot them. Like, yeah, the graphics are not the best per se, but it's still pretty fun to do from time to time. And doesn't take up too much hardware space on your computer, as you can imagine. It's not like the most overwhelming game to play on a PC. Let's start the Squidward! 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 What are you hauling about this time, you barker brain? I just wanted to let you know that your arch rival is in town, Squidward. Squidward fancy something? Yeah. He's here in Bikini Bottom? Yep. Oh my, Skrillium's here. He must be here for the annual talent show. I've got to show up to that talent show off once and for all. Who's the best? I don't know. What are you going to do, Squidward? Well, since you ask, I'm going to... Oh no, hang on, my clarinet, my beautiful clarinet. I was practicing over in Jellyfish Fields, and when the sinister slug showed up, I was scared off. I mean, I had to quickly take action and rescue some small fry. Yeah, that's it. And I must have left my clarinet behind. Calm down, Squidward. But I can't impress the blowjob without my clarinet. What am I going to do? Never fear, my good pal. I've got your missing clarinet right here. Missing clarinet right here. Okay. Well, thanks, SpongeBob, but how on earth, did you... It was nothing for the Yellow Avenger. Great. Cut that out, would you, SpongeBob? Sorry, Squidward, but have you got plans? Have you got planned for the talent show? How are you going to show up your arch rival in the talent show? Ha 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 ha. Well, I'm bound to win in the talent show now that the coward Squilliam Fantasy's son went to Jellyfish Fields to prepare for the talent show and got scared off by a little old sinister slug. So he's packed his bags and headed for home. Ha ha ha. Can you believe that guy? But that's horrible, Squidward. Oh yes, it's absolutely terrible. Ha ha ha. I better go take care of the sinister slug once and for all. Did you say he was over in Jellyfish Fields, Squidward? Oh yes, and SpongeBob, you better clean things up over there so that talent show can go ahead now that my glorious victory is all but guaranteed. Well, I guess so, Squidward. The show must go on after all. Okay, so for context, because this is pretty funny, I guess, Squidward is not a very good clarinet player at all. He sucks. Every time when he plays clarinet, it makes like squeaky noises, and it pisses people off, and people like run away and stuff. And specifically in his game, they just mentioned that no one will be showing up for the talent show except for Squidward. So by default, Squidward wins the talent show if he shows up.
That's kind of pathetic.
I know, because everyone's scared away because of the dirty bubbles and because of the sinister slug, being in the talent show Jellyfish Fields area. So, because of that, Squidward is the only person going into the talent show, and because of that, he's winning by default. He doesn't even have to play anything good, he just has to be there. I wonder how much he wins, because I wasn't paying attention the last time I played this game, so maybe he wins like $100 or something, I don't know. Maybe he wins a coupon. So, how you liking SpongeBob so far?
This game, I don't like it. Sorry, I'm just here like vibing.
Okay, but do you like the SpongeBob comedy that you're getting from this talking dialogue stuff?
I'll check it out eventually once I don't have nothing on my plate to watch. But until then, I have.
That's gonna be a long, long time. A long time.
Until I have like free time to watch that show. I have no desire. I have no actual like urge to see it. Sounds like a normal kids cartoon. Ah, he died.
Yep. Almost died. I don't know, they got away with a lot of stuff in the SpongeBob cartoon from 2003. Seasons 1 to 4.
I mean, at the time, times were different.
Well, one of the jokes in the show was this. SpongeBob and Patrick have to help Mr. Krabs feel like a young kid again because Mr. Krabs is going for like a midlife crisis kind of thing. And he wants to feel young again. So Patrick tells him, well, if you want to feel young again, why don't we go for a panty raid? You, me, SpongeBob, we break into a woman's home and we steal her panties. They're like, okay, let's go. So yeah, that kind of joke was in a kid's show back in the day.
I failed to see the funny side.
What?
I failed to see the funny side.
Well, it's because they say it in a funny way back then. Because in the episode itself, Patrick's like, oh, Mr. Krabs, you gonna leave? Well, I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. And Mr. Krabs like, panty raid? You mean girls, right? Girls? And Patrick's like, yeah. And you're talking about raiding their dresses for their underwear, right? And Patrick's like, oh yeah. Well, I'm in. And hey, if this helps out making me feel young again, I'll take back about you two being lame. They're like, yeah, not lame. And then they break into the woman's home and then look at the panties, and then it turns out the woman's still home, and the woman catches them, and it turns out the woman's actually Mr. Krabs' mom. And then Mrs. Krabs turns to them and is like, hey, you didn't tell me this was my mother's house. And he's like, hey, I thought you knew. And Patrick's like, yeah, we score here all the time. So yeah, Patrick and SpongeBob go to Mr. Krabs' mother's home, who's like an old woman, and then look at her underwear when she's not looking. That's what it implies. Isn't that funny? You don't find that funny yet?
I find it amusing, but not much else. Sorry.
You don't have a good sense of humor then.
Maybe.
I don't know, what do you find funny? What kind of cartoons do you find funny?
Usually my humor has been dumbed down. I find Beavis and Butthead funny. I find South Park funny. Not for the right reasons, but yeah. I've been enjoying the raunchy, more offensive humor lately.
Yeah.
That's just been me.
Well, I mean, that was pretty raunchy when you say that SpongeBob joke.
It's not as raunchy as, I expect from those shows. In comparison, I mean.
Well, new SpongeBob's pretty raunchy, because there's like an episode where SpongeBob walks to Mr. Krabs' house, and Mr. Krabs is kicking his butt while washing himself, and says, hey, SpongeBob, nice day for a car wash, and he rubs like soap and a sponge over his body in a very sexual way, because, hey, SpongeBob's a sponge, and he's rubbing a sponge all over his body, getting every crevice of his body wet, and he's like, hey, it's a nice day for a car wash, isn't it, SpongeBob? Wouldn't you want to help me with this car wash? And SpongeBob's like, no, I don't wanna. Wouldn't you say that's funny?
It's kind of funny, yes.
Well, that's new That's a new episode of SpongeBob, and that's an episode of SpongeBob people wouldn't normally say is funny. They say it's disgusting and not funny at all.
The what was I gonna say? They're like extending the lore of Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
He's now gay.
No, he's not, because in the new episodes of SpongeBob, he's dating Mrs. Puff.
Oh, it has like continuity.
Yeah.
I thought each episode was its own thing. Kind
Typically, yes, but sometimes no. Like, Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff dating is now a reoccurring thing. Another reoccurring thing is that Plankton has a dog now.
of.
Yep.